welcome to our first Salsa Shines video. We're going to go over the salsa basic first, the mambo style forward and back salsa basic, and go over a couple of different things, how to accent your basic, how to turn to the right, how to turn to the left, and then a crossover break combination. So first things first, how to count our salsa. You can break in salsa on just about any beat actually, but we're going to count it in fours, and we're going to break on the first beat of the four. So our mambo basic or salsa basic for all of us for this video, we're all going to start with our left foot going forward. So we'll break on one, which means we'll have 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's important that we put all of our weight briefly onto that foot that we're rocking on. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, so that we're actually transferring weight completely each time. 5, 6, 7. Now from the other direction, so you can follow along. With the left foot beginning. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So a couple of things to keep in mind. We're using the ball of the foot primarily, keeping the weight forward off of the heels so that we're poised forward in our dancing for salsa. This means really you shouldn't ever have like a heel-toe step when we're stepping. So everything is toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and that requires the use of the knees. So salsa basic, forward and back, breaking on 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. If you notice, I'm just drumming my arms right now. This is what comes naturally. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. From the other direction. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, moving on from just the basic timing, let's go over the body action that we use in salsa. So we talked about staying forward on the balls of the feet, not keeping our weight on the heels, but articulating the foot. So we're also going to think about bending one knee at a time while the other knee is straight. So we want to make sure we're not bending both knees at the same time, so there's no lowering and rising action, but just one knee at a time. And if you notice, if we keep our heels on the floor and use one knee at a time action, the hip naturally, opposite hip of the knee that's bending, goes back slightly. And then if we just push that a little bit more, we can really accentuate the hip action if we'd like to do that. So that's one way to think of and to practice our knee and hip action. So we also have some action in the rib cage in salsa dancing and our Latin dancing. And we want to make sure that when we're isolating our rib cage, we're not going to move anything else just for this exercise, for this little practice, keeping everything very quiet and just thinking about from our rib cage and scooting it over to one side, keeping the shoulders level. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So this is what's happening with our rib cage, side to side. Now if we take our rib cage slightly to the forward corner, when we take it to the side, it goes just a little bit forward. So then same thing, forward corner, forward corner. Now when we're using our rib cage, we're going to line up our rib with our knee that's bent. So we're going to think to ourselves, whenever we practice this, knee and rib, and then on the other side we're going to think hip and lat. So we know the lat muscle, the latissimus dorsi, I think, the lat muscle goes right back here. So we're going to think of this part kind of underneath our shoulder blade, pulling down towards our hip. Okay, that happens on one side, while the other side, the knee bends, and we think of lining up our rib cage over that knee. So that's a connection, and that's a connection. Okay, and then we're going to switch. Boom. Now we have the other knee, the right knee bent, let's say, and then the right rib cage lines up with that right knee that's bent. That's what we're pushing over. And then the opposite side, the left hip and lat in my back is what's connecting. And then we switch and switch. Each time thinking knee and hip and lat, knee and rib and lat and hip. Boom and boom and boom and boom. And then when we go into our salsa basic, this happens as we transfer weight. So I'm going to bend the knee of the foot that I'm using, and then as I put weight on it, boom, switch, 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 right? So I'm kind of slowing down so you can see how this happens with each step. Switch, switch, switch. So slowly, you can really see the rib and knee connecting and the lat and hip each time. So if we practice that a little faster, just with my count, we'll practice facing forward and then facing the other direction. So we got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Really thinking of rib cage. 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And if you know, okay, so we will take it from the right turn, going through first without music, just with my count, and then we will try it with music later. So beginning with our left foot, if we try a basic step first, we're going to think 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. On the 7, before the right turn, we're going to prepare by kind of opening a bit already to our right side, opening our right shoulder. So again, those counts are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Those are the correct counts. Okay, so one more time, just with my count, and then we'll try it from the other angle. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Open. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. A couple of things to keep in mind before we try it from the other direction. Staying on the balls of the feet always helps with turning. Keeping the heels at least off the floor while you're actually turning. But of course our weight is always poised forward. But also using the head to snap around. So keeping your eye focused, thinking of coming back to where you want to end, right? So coming back to our starting position. When I turn, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to use my eyes to snap my head back around and finish my turn before we break back. Okay, from the other direction now. Basic step. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, prepare. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, prepare. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now we'll try that right turn from our basic with the music. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, from the other direction. Excellent job. So that was our right turn from the basic. Now we're going to go over how to turn to the left. We're going to prepare actually on the 1, 2, 3 opening to our left side. So if we go right into the first part of our turn, we'll break 1, 2, 3. So on 3, we're actually opening the left shoulder about a quarter of a turn. All right, so once again, just from the 1, 2, 3, practice that with me. 1, 2, 3. Now we use our right foot coming across towards the back of the room to complete the rest of our turn. 5, 6, 7. Yes, so one more time, a little faster. We're going to have 1, 2, open, a 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. That's our basic. Now we open. 1, 2, 3, and left turn. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. From the other direction, we'll go from a basic to start with, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We open 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So now the left turn with music, starting from our base. And 1, 2, 3. From the other angle, 5, 6, start again. Okay, so great job on the left turn. Now before we combine the right turn and the left turn, let's go over some arm styling. So for our side-by-side work or our shine position where we're not actually connected to our partner but we're in front of one another, the arm styling, you have a lot of options, right? A lot of freedom. So what we're going to practice today is just a way to kind of coordinate one thing with the arms while you're doing something different with the feet. So it's good for practice. All we're going to do, if we think about the basic first, we're going to comb the hair. So whichever hand we use is going to be opposite from the foot that's going. So that means on our basic step, when we rock forward with the left, normally we are drumming, right? We've just gone over how to drum the arms pretty naturally, right, when we were using the rib cage. Now what we're going to think of is when I break forward with my left foot, my right arm will comb, hair comb, okay? So I go 1, 2, 3, and same thing when I go back with my right foot, left arm, 5, 6, 7. So just the arm action here, if you want to practice that alone, you could start with the right arm and left arm, right and left. And you see, all I'm doing is when I'm combing with the left, bringing my right arm back down in front of my rib cage, back to my starting position. Same thing here. So this is kind of a slow movement with the arms while your feet are moving a little bit more quickly. So once again, all that's happening with the arms, practice it with me. Comb, just like you're literally combing your hair. And then we coordinate that with the opposite foot movement. So the left foot is going to go while I comb with the right arm. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is on the basic pattern. We're going to do exactly the same thing when we're turning to the right and when we're turning to the left. So that's going to look like this. We can practice it. I'll practice facing you, and then we'll practice from the other angle as well. So we have basic first without arm styling, just with the drumming to kind of get going. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now we have hair comb and hair comb. Get ready for the right turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Basic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now the left turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes? Okay, so you can kind of play around a little bit with the arm styling. Let's practice it from the other angle. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Right turn. 2, 3, 5, 6. Left turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's how we're going to practice it, is right turn and then right into the left turn. Again, the arm styling is pretty, it's not a requirement, right? So you can play around with the arm styling as much as you'd like to. You can do it just with the drumming the whole time while you turn. Da, 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 da. Left turn, same thing. You can add some hair combs just on this part, and then maybe not as you finish. So just play around and see what feels right for you. I'll practice it both ways while we do it with the music. Right turn and left turn combination. music, and we'll add the alternate arm styling as we go. 5, 6, ready, here we go. Now we'll do one switch out the unstyling, just drumming. From the other direction. So great job. Thank you for joining me for our first Salsa Shines video to review the whole pattern, I guess, what we worked on, or the whole basic pattern, and then our variations there. So the basic was 1, 2, 3, how we count it, 5, 6, 7. We worked on some alternate arm styling. We worked on the toe and the heel, accents. Let's see, and then we went over right turns and left turns with some arm styling as well. Turning on the 1, 2, 3 for the right turn, and then opening on the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, completing the turn on the 5, 6, 7 for the left turn. Thank you very much. Join us next week, next Friday, for our second Salsa Shines video coming out. Thank you.